Does your living room feel a little dated, or maybe it's still in the all gray trend? Hi, I'm Nikki D, a formally trained interior designer, and today we're diving into neutral sofa living room ideas I spotted across 4 showrooms. I'll show you what's trending right now, what's fading out, and most importantly, how to shop smart so you don't regret your choices later. And if you're shopping for a new sofa, I made a free guide called How to Measure and Create a Floor Plan. It'll save you so much time, money, and headaches when you're ordering. I'll link it below. So let's talk fall. Think earthy greens, rust, terracotta, and camel inspired by autumn leaves. Layer in warm golds and soft blues against the base of ivory, beige, and taupe, and you've got this season's color palette. We'll start with the first trend, the Ivory Sofa. It was by far the #1 color I saw across sectional sofas and accent chairs. But let's be honest, ivory can feel intimidating if you have kids, pets, or entertain often. That's where performance fabrics like Krypton come in. They resist stains, spills, and liquids, but still feel soft and luxurious. Whether you already own an ivory sofa or you're considering one, it's the perfect anchor for a neutral living room. One of the easiest ways to spot seasonal palettes is by checking the pillow wall. Stores almost always group them by color so you can see the whole palette laid out at once. Even though these stores are expensive, it's important to educate yourself on the current trends. That way, when you're shopping at HomeGoods, Amazon, Walmart, Target, you'll be able to spot those designer looks for less and save a ton of money. By far, the most popular pairing was ivory with rust and terracotta. If your living room is already neutral, this is such an easy update. Just add pillows and a cozy throw. One look I loved, layered printed pillows with solid terracotta in different shades, textures, and sizes. Mixing texture and pattern is what keeps neutrals interesting. Another space styled a sectional with terracotta, rose, and sand pillows that tied together beautifully to the warm wood furniture. It had such a cozy vibe. I also spotted a living room with terracotta, golden yellow, and tan pillows in velvet, corduroy, and linen. They were layered with brown throws for depth. Ivory is such a classic, but if it feels too safe, let's talk about the next palette that stood out, which was ivory paired with brown accents. This combo was everywhere in the showroom, sometimes subtle, sometimes bold. Some rooms just had hints of brown in the pillows or rug. Others went all in with leather or velvet brown chairs. One setup that stood out was a terracotta and light brown rug styled with dark brown pillows and sculptural chairs. The shapes and textures elevated the whole look and made it feel designer. When you bring in a new accent color like brown, repeat it at least 3 times around the room. That way it feels intentional and balanced. And I'll be honest, brown isn't a color I naturally gravitate to. I learned years ago during the Tuscan trend not to go all in unless it's something you really love. So if you're thinking about it but not ready to commit, start small. Add brown through pillows, rugs, artwork, or accessories. Or instead of a brown sofa, try 2 brown accent chairs with your neutral sofa. It makes just as big a statement without locking you into a full color commitment. And if you're still not sure what your personal style is, I've got a free quiz that'll help you figure it out. It's linked below. For a softer, monochromatic vibe, ivory paired with gold and tan felt calm but elevated. If you want more contrast, layer in green or taupe with pillows, chairs, or even artwork. Green is especially a designer favorite because it brings the outdoors in. For bolder contrast, navy looked amazing with ivory. Think layered pillows, rugs, or even a navy leather chair. Navy feels timeless but still fresh. Stores also had fun seasonal touches like pumpkin-shaped pillows at Pottery Barn or multicolor pillows that give you a ready-made palette. They're perfect to use as a jumping-off point to pull colors from. Now, if navy feels too safe, let's talk about the next palette that stood out. Taupe is another safe light option, but with a little more depth than ivory. It's cozy and sophisticated. For example, West Elm had a taupe sofa styled with ivory and beige textured pillows. The mix felt warm, layered, and inviting without leaning too trendy. One of my favorites was a mushroom modular leather sofa from our house. It was paired with neutral tones pulled from the rug and just a few blue pillows for interest. This look feels like a modern elevated update to the gray trend of the past. Modular leather pieces are a smart choice if you move often. Each section is separate, which makes them easy to break apart, rearrange, and fit through narrow doorways. If ivory feels a little high maintenance, taupe and mushroom shades can give you peace of mind while still keeping things light and airy. When I look at my own home, I've realized I'm happiest when I choose colors I've always been drawn to, not just what's trending. So before you commit to a taupe or mushroom sofa, check your closet or past decorating choices. If these tones show up often, it's a good sign you'll love living with them long term. Cognac and camel leather sofas are true showstoppers. They instantly draw your eye in and can completely elevate a living room. When it comes to styling cognac or camel leather, two looks stood out. One had classic contrast styled with ivory and black, which made the leather pop beautifully. The whole setup felt clean, timeless, and elevated. It definitely makes a bold statement. The second look was more updated, with navy or cinnamon accents layered in with soft woven pillows and textured chairs. It warmed up the space, softened the leather, and made the whole room feel more cozy and inviting. Even though Crate & Barrel was the only showroom that had leather cognac sofas on the floor, you'll still find them online at Our House, West Elm, and Pottery Barn. This colorway has become a staple across mid-century modern, industrial, and rustic styles, and it works just as well in apartments, man caves, lofts, offices, even libraries. Quick tip, cognac and camel leather can look very different in person compared to what you see online. I highly recommend ordering swatches and picking them up in store. I've gotten them on the spot at West Elm and Pottery Barn, which is super convenient. Once you have them, check the swatches in your own space under both natural and artificial lighting. This way you know the color works with your other pieces before making a big investment. Leather in cognac and camel has a timeless quality, but I always suggest layering in fabric accents like chenille or boucle. Not only does this balance the sleek leather with softness, it also gives you the flexibility to refresh the look later with new pillows or throws. Before you commit, think about where you'll use it. If you're decorating a cozy family room, softer textures will make it feel more inviting. So that was leather, timeless and classic. But from there, I spotted a bold color story that completely shifted the mood and really surprised me. Instead of another neutral, the showroom had two cinnamon velvet sofas that faced each other, styled in an analogous color scheme, which is colors that sit right next to each other on the color wheel. This look replaced the navy sectional that had been there before, and the update looks stunning. It was bold, unexpected, and definitely made a statement. If you're tempted to purchase a bold sofa color, test it first with pillows, throws, or an accent chair. These pieces let you play with color without the commitment, and they're easier and cheaper to swap out later if you change your mind. Even better, take a picture of your living room and mock it up with a cinnamon throw or pillows before committing to a full sofa. So those were the standout sofas, but here's the big picture view. Across all four showrooms, ivory dominated. Gray was practically gone. I saw one light gray chase sectional styled with brown and cognac accents, but even the pillow wall left gray out completely. We've clearly moved on past the all gray trend. Brown, on the other hand, is trending in accents and decor. But in terms of full sofas, I only spotted one at Pottery Barn. A rich leather brown sofa paired with ivory accent chairs, earthy pillows, and a cozy fur throw. Maroon had its moment, but it's now on the downtrend. At Crate & Barrel, there was once a maroon velvet sofa front and center when you walked in the store. But here's the giveaway that it's on its way out. Most shoppers enter a store on the right and loop around. And now that sofa is tucked away off to the left behind the cash wrap. It's easy to miss if you don't walk the entire store unless you're looking for it. These days, maroon shows up mostly in branches and stems, not in big furniture pieces. It's a reminder, don't design your major purchases around a trend color unless you absolutely love it. My son's favorite color is green, so he would have loved the 2 green sofas I spotted at Crate and Barrel. One was an army green modular sectional paired with ivory and light wood tones. The other was a chenille sectional layered with tonal pillows and warm neutrals in the rug, throw, and coffee table. Navy is another strong near neutral. Our house used to have this navy modular sectional on the floor, but it's been replaced with the cinnamon look. I did see a couple of other navy options. One was a traditional sofa with chairs that had contrast piping and printed ottomans. The other was a sectional that was at the back of the Crate and Barrel store. Both were paired with those light ivory tones that's very of the moment and helps to lighten it up. If you want to try navy without committing to a full sofa, update with pillows, a rug, or even small navy accessories like candlesticks in gold holders. How fabulous are these? I didn't see any black sofas on the floors I visited. The black and white story that has trended hard can start to feel dated quickly if you overdo it. Stores like CB2 still use black because it's core to modern design, not a fad. But unless black is truly your forever color, keep it in accents instead of big ticket pieces or hard finishes. So those were the standout color palettes and materials I noticed. But here's the bigger question. How do you actually use these trends without regretting it later? What you see on the showroom floor is what's trending right now. But here's the thing, you can order most of these silhouettes in different fabrics and colors. Here's how to shop smart. First, find inspiration images for the look and feel you want. Then, create a mood board with the furniture pieces you like. Decide on your palette and textures. And finally, repeat your accent color at least 3 times for balance. That way, you'll shop with confidence instead of getting swept up by whatever happens to be trending at the moment. And before I wrap up, don't forget I also linked a free style quiz below. If you're not sure what direction fits you best, it'll help you narrow in on your look. Then, once you've got clarity, Designer Home 101 gives you the full process to bring it all to life. I'll walk you through everything: mood boards, layouts, templates, and shopping checklists. If you're feeling stuck and don't know where to start, join me and I'll guide you through it. And that, my friends, is a wrap. We've looked at some of the biggest color stories happening on the showroom floor right now. Ivory is still leading the way. Gray is fading out. Brown showing up mostly in accents. Cinnamon making a bold statement. Maroon phasing out into accessories. And green and navy holding strong as timeless near neutrals. Links to the main sofa styles I showed in today's video are linked below. If there's one I missed or another piece that you want, just leave a comment and I'll track it down for you. With the exception of West Elm, the other 3 stores can definitely be an investment. Even though these stores are expensive, it's important to educate yourself on the current trends. That way, when you're shopping at HomeGoods, Amazon, Walmart, Target, you'll be able to spot those designer looks for less and save a ton of money. If you'd like me to pull together a luxe for less option for any of these looks, leave a comment and let me know. And tell me in the comments which palette or sofa color was your favorite. And if you're struggling with the design dilemma, share it. I read every comment and I'd love to help. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with a friend, and hit subscribe so you don't miss a new video every Sunday. Want more affordable designer tips? Click this video next. It's packed with ideas and inspiration you could start using today. Love you all so much, and I'll see you next Sunday. Until then, happy designing. Ciao.